a job. And you know, I wasn't one of those people that went out there first of all looking for this pie in the sky stuff. Whether it was the franchise or the online business, I knew that I would be rewarded if I worked hard, and something I've never been scared to do is put a bit of elbow grease in. And so when I was looking at franchises, I realized I look at it as a business, and I think, you know, that was a great start to start with, because I know so many people in the online world get convinced that there's this push button money and everything else. I mean, you see the sites all over the place, you know, join now, pay this, pay that, and it's all going to come easy. Well, I've never been that naive, but I bought this franchise, and I spent £12,000, nearly 20,000 US dollars on it, and within 6 months I had quit. And the reality of it was my motivation, which I won't go into too much detail, wasn't to make hundreds of thousands. My motivation was lifestyle. I wanted to have a business that I could pick up my laptop and run anywhere in the world, and I knew that the only way I could achieve that would be online, and typically working for myself. So this franchise supposedly would deliver that. It was one of the very few franchises that I came across where I, in theory, could run it just from online space. But it involved something that many of you may have tried in your life, and that was cold calling. And to my horror, when I got started thinking that I would be okay at cold calling, that was my first mistake, because I was pretty terrible. But secondly, come on, how horrific is cold calling? Picking up the phone, speaking to people that don't want to speak to you, and it's one of the most unproductive exercises that you can do in the 20th century. You know, and or the 21st century. And you know, we're in a situation where right now you have to ask yourself, you know, what is it you want to achieve? Whether you get started with SFM or anything else, whether it be a franchise, a traditional business, an online business, you have to be realistic with what is your end result. And that is the big mistake I made, is that I wanted more freedom, yet I bought myself a job, and that job took more time, more energy, and paid me less, and was you know, it was unenjoyable, and it was probably one of the biggest mistakes I've made. But what it did do is it gave me the motivation to get out there, start to really concentrate on what I did want: more freedom, more time freedom, more flexibility, more automation. And that is what pushed me to do what you guys are doing right now and start researching what else existed out there. And as you probably know, or if you don't know my story, I certainly haven't ever looked back.
I think what's really important, and thanks Stu for sharing that, because I never had a franchise in my life, but I've done enough other business mistakes, and I had multiple jobs I hated because I never felt fulfilled, I never felt rewarded. What is very important for you to know is that all of these options have their own high risk, and it's really important that you evaluate that. But important as well, Stuart moved on to the next step. He literally said, what is my next step? What do I do next? Because you cannot stick with something that doesn't work. They say, if you do the same things over and over again but expect different results, that's a sign of an idiot. It's a sign of a lunacy, actually. It's a medical description. If you expect different results from doing the same thing, you're actually certified mad, because you will get the same results when you do the same thing over and over again. But let me just show you the next slide, because what I want to do now is want to show you how you can build a high earning online business in 2011. There are 3 different options you have. The one is you do it all on your own, and I can share with you from my own experience that will take you 2 to 3 years. It doesn't have to take you 4 years like I did, because there are some really good programs out there. You can build all the stuff yourself, and I mean multiple products, a product funnel, a conversion environment, sales environment, building a list, learning how to do traffic, all the stuff, and this is really worthwhile doing. For some of you right out there is thinking, you know what, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna start today, and in 3 years I will have my business built and it will make me money. And that is really an avenue you can contemplate. The second is you find a business to partner with. And now, most don't have a proper model or support, so I would really urge you, if you research the SFM, the Six Figure Mentors, as one of your opportunities today, looking who to partner with, I want to make sure that you understand, do the partner that you choose, does the partner you choose have a proper model that supports you? Does it have a product that converts? Has it got a community? Do they provide tools for you? Is it worth partnering with someone? Because obviously if you partner, like in real life, like in relationships, you want to make sure the person you partner with or the team you partner with is subscribing to the same values, the same ethics as you, and is worth partnering with. Okay, the last option I would say to you is work with the SFM. And I believe, and this is my own words here, some of our members have written it to us, they call it the world's most advanced or most sophisticated online marketing community. And I would like that to be true. So you let us know when you join us if you believe that to be true. I think we have a unique offer here, and you're going to evaluate that when Stuart shows you a little bit behind the scenes, take you into the back office, which is exclusive to only our members. These are really your own choices. Do it all by yourself, partner with somebody else, or you partner with us. There is no other choices to build that high earning online business quickly. So I want to hand over to Stuart, because this triangle, okay, this amazing, wonderful shape is what got me on fire when Mr. Ross talked to me the first time about this business in the end of summer 2010. Only 5 short months ago, I saw this for the first time, but I immediately saw the power of it. So Stuart, I want to hand over to you, and let me know when you want me to go to the next slide, so you can talk about the amazing SFM formula.
Okay, before I do that, I just want to share something with the people listening. So my situation was slightly different to Dan's, and I was one of the fortunate people that really found out about this industry, ran with it, and within 6 months was really breaking some records. I was top associate in multiple different opportunities and affiliate programs. I had one of the smallest lists out there, but it was converting well. I was building great relationships with my subscribers. And I really started mainly on referral marketing and affiliate marketing and gaining commissions that way. After I built my multiple 6-figure business, which I actually did inside 12 months, my natural progression was moving towards the coaching and training, because anyone who's done coaching and training will know it's one of the most rewarding things that you can possibly do. Forget about the money that you can earn from doing coaching and training. It's so rewarding. It's something that makes you bounce out of bed. But what happened is, when I was consulting, I was working with one-man bands. I was, your typical person that's in a corporate rut. They want out and they want to learn. Pretty much the situation that I was in, the situation was Dan was in. I was consulting with small businesses, again, from small partnerships right through to, slightly bigger companies, maybe with 5 or 6 staff, shops, those sort of things. I'll tell you a story about that in a moment. And then I started to consult, and in fact, one of the first meetings I took Daniel on when we met was to consult with a multi-million-pound online company. And, so I'd had all these people that were referring me, recommending me. I was barely even marketing for it. A lot of the results spoke for themselves. But I made this informed decision probably around 12 months ago, maybe slightly longer ago, that I really wasn't enjoying that side of the consulting. It was still trading my time for money. And there was something that wasn't quite right. And what it was is that one of the 2 things that I really identified that wasn't quite right. First of all, from the corporate point of view, and Dan will probably laugh at this in a moment, because when I first, Dan's even scruffier than me. Neither of us are known for our smart dressing. It's jeans and a t-shirt, or shirt over a t-shirt, and hanging out, and trainers and everything else. And that's how we choose to live our lives. And we actually met with this corporate client, a huge online company, and one of the first things that they said, and we had dressed up. We were in smart jeans, some nice shoes, and a nice shirt, thinking that we had done well. And the managing director joked about our dress sense, and although he was joking, we knew that he really was judging us based on that. And it wasn't until we finished the meeting that we absolutely blew him away, and he realised that maybe the dress sense wasn't too relevant. But the point being is that one of the biggest motivations for me to get out the corporate side was I didn't want that. I wanted to do what I wanted when I wanted, and that was just one example, and I share that with you because it was actually a shared moment with Dan, and we both got back in the car, and I actually forgot about it, but Dan, I remember you turning around to me saying, Christ, I don't miss that.
Yeah.
And, then what happened is that I made a conscious decision that wasn't floating my boat, the consulting, the working with the big corporate clients. At one point I thought it was a great way to go. To give you an idea, some of the invoices that I was doing was £5,000 plus VAT. We're talking about $8,000 for a day's consulting. Okay, there was a bit of paperwork after and a little bit of follow-up, but we're talking about mega money. And the reason I was able to command that is because I was able to implement some business structure into their companies